Hello, everyone. Welcome to the IELTS Academic Listening Form Completion Question and Answer session. It is good to see you. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the IELTS Academic Listening Form Completion Question and If you want, we can start slowly. Let me share my screen with you first. Yes. Today we will be looking at form completion questions in the IELTS academic listening part. First, we will look at the form completion question types, tips and strategies, and we will do question and solution part. Let's remember first, in the IELTS listening, we have 4 sections and they are getting more difficult as you proceed. So the first one is the most easiest one, and the section 4 is the most difficult one. Usually, you will see form completion questions in the section 1. And always in the section 1, you will hear 2 or more people speaking about the daily conversation. They are arranging a car, they are planning a holiday, and some daily conversations. And in this part, you will usually hear people speaking on the phone. So it will be a telephone conversation. And as I said, you will see this type of form completion questions usually in the section 1, but of course, you can see this type of questions in other sections too. First, let's see how you will see this type of questions during the paper-based exam. In the paper-based exam, you will see questions like this, light on the left, like here, and you will see 1, 2, 3. If you are taking the paper-based exam, you should write your answers on the paper. Then you will have 10 minutes to transfer your answers to the answer sheet here. If your question number is 1, you should write 1 here. Okay. If you are taking the computer-based exam, you will see, you will answer them on the screen directly, and you don't have to transfer them to anywhere. In this type of questions, you will see lots of names, numbers, addresses, because as you can see, like in here, age, surnames, names, and there will be lots of spellings. So keep in mind that spellings of the letters, especially the vowels like A, E, O, I. Keep in mind that so you won't miss any points from that spelling mistakes. Street names, school names, again, surnames, prices. They are using lots of these in this in the form completion questions. And luckily, again, the questions come in order. So first, you will hear the answer for the question 1, then you will hear the answer for the question 2. If you miss one answer, don't panic. Just proceed to answering them and listening. And if you have time, you can go back. Maybe you will remember. But if you don't remember, just type something, just write something, because you are not losing any points for the wrong answers. And not to miss any questions, always look for 2 questions. Always look answer for 2 questions. And look for synonyms and paraphrasing. Maybe it says something like maybe it says something box, but in the other one it says paper box. So look for these paraphrasings and synonyms. There will be small differences because usually it comes in the section 1. There are not many changes, but look for them. Do you have any questions so far? Do you want to ask anything? Then I think we can continue. If you want to write something, if you want to ask something, you can always use the chat part. Okay, we look to tips and strategies. We see how you will see this in the real exam. Then let's continue. Then now let's continue to second page, to question and answer part. Okay. Pay attention to instructions. Pay attention how many words or numbers you can write. This is the first thing that you will pay attention when you see the question. It says, complete the notes below, write one word or a number for each answer. So you can only use one word or one number. Let's say you write 2 words, but the info that you are giving is true, but you won't get any points because it says write one word or a number for each answer. And the second thing that you should pay attention is, okay, we have the questions. We will have one example in the computer-based exam. You won't have an example, but in the paper-based you will have an example. Then it will continue to questions. I am looking at the questions first. Room and costs, and I see this here, room and costs, and also I have some titles, room and costs, before the event, so it has sections. Pay attention to these sections. They will help you to categorize the listening in your head. Let's see. Example, the main hall seats 200. This is our example. The blah blah room seats 100. So I can assume that there will be a name or a noun. There won't be any adjective, there won't be any verb. It will be a name or a noun. Let's look at question 2. It says the cost of main hall for Saturday evening, something pound. So I can assume that it will be a number, a price. So I should look for, I should pay attention to numbers. Let me see. 350 deposit, something payment is required. So I am thinking about how can I pay? Maybe credit card, something. Again, it will be a noun. I'm continuing. Cost includes use of the tables and chairs and also something. So I can again assume that it will be a noun. Cost includes use of tables and chair and also something. Noun. I'm expecting a noun here. And they are continuing to talking, and they say, we'll need a something license. I can't put here any verb, any adjective. Maybe I can put an adjective here, but most likely it will be a noun. Or some name? No, it will be a noun. Let's look at the question 6. Need to contact caretaker, Mr. Evans, in advance to arrange to arrange, let's keep in mind that it will be one word. If it is, let's say if it was two words, maybe we will be looking for something different, but because it is one word, it will be some noun. Because we need to arrange something. Now, did we finish? Let me see. Yes, that was the 6. Now, let's listen to our audio and let's hear what they are talking about.
You will hear a telephone conversation between an official at a village hall and a woman who wants to hire a public room. First, you have some time to look at questions 1 to 6.
You will always have time to look at the questions, and it says 1 to 6. You can use this time to decide what word types will be put. Yes.
You will see that there is an example that has been done for you. On this occasion only, the conversation relating to this will be played first.
Hello?
Oh, hello. I wanted to inquire about hiring a room in the village hall for the evening of September the 1st.
Let me just see. Yes, we have both rooms available that evening. There's our main hall that's got seating for 200 people, or there's the Charlton room.
The main hall seats 200, so 200 has been written in the space. Now we shall begin. You should answer the questions as you listen, because you will not hear the recording a second time. Listen carefully and answer questions 1 to 6.
Hello?
Oh, hello. I wanted to inquire about hiring a room in the village hall for the evening of September the 1st.
Let me just see. Yes, we have both rooms available that evening. There's our main hall that's got seating for 200 people, or there's the Charlton room.
Sorry?
The Charlton room, CHARLTON. That's got seating for up to 100.
Well, we're organising a dinner to raise money for a charity, and we're hoping for at least 150 people. So, I think we'll go for the main hall. How much would that cost?
Let's see. You wanted it for the evening of September the 1st?
Yes, that's a Saturday.
So from 6 p.m. to midnight, that'd be £115. That's the weekend price. It's £75 on weekdays.
That's all right.
And I have to tell you, there's also a deposit of £250, which is returnable, of course, as long as there's no damage. But we do insist that this is paid in cash. We don't take cards for that. You can pay the actual rent of the room however you like, though. Cash, credit card, cheque.
Oh, well, I suppose that's okay. So, does the charge include use of tables and chairs and so on?
Oh, yes.
And what about parking?
Yeah, that's all included. The only thing that isn't included is, you said you were organising a dinner?
Yeah.
Well, you'll have to pay extra for the kitchen if you want to use that. It's £25. It's got very good facilities, good quality cookers and fridges and so on.
Okay. Well, I suppose that's all right. We can cover the cost in our entry charges.
Right, so I'll make a note of that. Now, there are just one or two things you need to think about before the event. For example, you'll have to see about getting a license if you're planning to have any music during the meal.
Oh, really?
It's quite straightforward. I'll give you the details later on. And about a week or 10 days before your event, you'll need to contact the caretaker, that's Mr. Evans, to make the arrangements for entry. He'll sort that out with you.
And do I give him the payment as well?
No, you do that directly with me.
Okay. Now let's check our answers. First, did you hear that? He said the official said before the event they will need and it says they talked about room and cost. Then they talk about what should they do before the event when they are talking. And see the Charlton room. We heard a spelling. Pay attention to spellings. When you heard a spelling, most probably it will be one of the answers. And pay attention to capitals too. It is a name, so it should start with a capital. The Charlton room, it's a name. And cost of the main hall for the Saturday evening, we heard 115. It is a price. We heard that. We know it before. And it says you can pay the other things with cash, credit card, or check, but we insist that you pay the deposit in cash, he said. So it's a trap too. And we heard that the woman was talking about what is included in the price. It says table is included, chairs are included. Then the man said parking is included too. Parking is a noun. We were right. And he said, before the event, you will need a music license and need to arrange in advance need to arrange entry before you come to the event. Let's continue. We have two parts of this talk. In the exam, it will be like this too. If it is a long conversation, you will see a table with two different table like this, and you will have a pause between them to look at other questions. Let's continue. Now we have some time to look at other questions. Question from 7 to 10. Let's see, during the event. So we see that they have titles. During the event, after the event, so we will hear these ones. The building is no smoking area. Okay, no question. The band should use the something door. Again, I can assume that there will be a noun. Something door. Maybe an adjective. Maybe they should use the black door. Maybe they should use the back door. Let's see. Don't touch the system. After the event, need to know the something for cleaning. I will write here again a noun. But we don't know. We don't know what is this. The something must be washed and rubbished, placed in the black bags. The something should be clean, so it should be a noun. All somethings should be must be taken down. So we are looking for a noun again. We are expecting to hear a noun, not a verb, but a noun. We don't know about this. I think we are all clear. Pay attention to titles during the event, after the event. Let's hear.
Before you hear the rest of the conversation, you have some time to look at questions 7 to 10.
Please use this time to look at the questions again. We will be hearing only once.
Now listen and answer questions 7 to 10.
Right. Now, is there anything I need to know about what happens during the event?
Well, as you'll be aware, of course, the building is no smoking throughout.
Of course.
Now, are you having a band?
Yes.
Well, they'll have a lot of equipment, so rather than using the front door, they should park their van round the back and use the stage door there. You can open that from inside, but don't forget to lock it at the end.
Okay.
And talking of bands, I'm sure I don't need to tell you this, but you must make sure that no one fiddles about with the black box by the fire door. That's a system that cuts in when the volume reaches a certain level. It's a legal requirement.
Sure. Anyway, we want people to be able to talk to one another, so we don't want anything too loud. Oh, that reminds me. We'll be having speeches. Are there any microphones available?
Yeah, just let the caretaker know. He'll get those for you. Right, now, when the event is over, we do ask that the premises are left in good condition. So there's a locked cupboard, and you'll be informed of the code you need to open that. It's got all the cleaning equipment, brushes and detergent and so on.
Right. So what do we need to do after everyone's gone? Sweep the floors, I suppose?
Well, actually, they have to be washed, not just swept. Then you'll be provided with black plastic bags, so all the rubbish must be collected up and left outside the door.
Of course. We'll make sure everything's left tidy. Oh, and I forgot to ask. I presume we can have decorations in the room?
Yes, but you must take them down afterwards.
Sure.
And the chairs and tables should be stacked up neatly at the back of the room.
I'll make sure I've got a few people to help me.
That is the end of section 1.
Yes. When you finish your 10 questions, every section has 10 questions in the listening part. When you finish your 10 questions, you will be done with the section 1. You should pay attention to listening to 2 questions at once and always keep an eye on the next sentence, so you won't miss any points. The only problem, the only trick that I see here, maybe it can be here. It says the band should use the something door at the back. But I heard something as back door. What did I hear? Let's see. And we all of our predictions were true. Stage, it wasn't an adjective, it was a noun. This is a noun. Floor is a noun. Decoration is a noun. So we were correct in this one. Yes. Let's look at the script. It says, yes, the officer says that they have a lot of equipment. So rather than using the front door, they should park their van round the back and use the stage door there. So they should park back and use the stage door. And I think it was the only trick that I see here. The other ones were quite straightforward. And please don't forget to proofread your writings, because maybe with the anxiety and something, you will write them wrong. come back to your answers and please check them so you won't have any mistakes. Yes, in this one you will have time between them. So always look for the questions, always look for the word type. Don't miss out any numbers. Keep the alphabet in your mind. And that's all. Let's see what we did in this lesson. We learned what we should do in the form completion questions, where can we see them, and how will be the question type. And we have seen some tips and strategies and how to solve them. We have seen how we will came across this kind of questions during the exam, and how we should transfer our answers. Then we did a form completion question and answer sessions with you. Yes. And we have 10 out of 10. Oh. Yes. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask them. Other than that, please go, if you want to do practice questions, please go to Classical page and find the form completion questions. There are so many examples that you can see, and you can practice your IELTS listening with our practice tests. Thank you for joining, everyone. See you.